What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Brutal Planet Comics. I'm your host, Dre the Brute Daniels, and I hope you're all having a wonderful Thursday. But of course, it is Thursday, so we're going to be reviewing episode 7? Is it 7 now? Good God, of She-Hulk Attorney at Law. Ha ha ha, Lord. So, full disclosure, this episode was technically, and I mean technically, better than last week's episode. But that's not saying much. But the question is it gonna be good? Wrong! Well, we're gonna keep our same format. We're gonna give the good bits up and the bad bits are down. So let's up these down. So we kick things off with Jen getting messages from Josh, the guy that she fell for at the wedding in the previous episode. What is their chemistry? Nobody knows. Who cares? So they go on a couple of dates. They enjoy each other's company. And I'm willing to go ahead and admit that it was nice to actually see that there was some good camaraderie and that he's not a terrible person for now. And, you know, it was just good to see something positive with a male character. So that was kind of nice to see. Takes her out, treats her well, yada, 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 yada. So that was, you know, it was a nice little montage. I'll give credit where, like, I try to be fair on this show. I give credit where credit is due. So they go on a few dates, and then Jen pretty much get to the point where she's like,
"Give me the meat and give it to me raw."
I couldn't help myself. I had to put that. But yeah, so they get together. So that's the beginning of our show. That's how we set things up. Is it exciting? They want me to watch more? No. But is it egregious to all five senses? Also no. So it's to start this thing off with, which is better than it was last week. Heavenly Father. So of course, Josh ghosts her in the morning.
Bruh.
Because he's terrible. Because we know that already. We already knew he was a freaking bad guy, but whatever. So he ghosts her in the morning, and she's thirsty, texting him all the time, like, "Oh, what you up to? What have you? It was nice last night, blah 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 blah." Yeah, it's pretty much her being thirsty for a few scenes. Nikki's like, "Hey, stop being thirsty," and I'm like, "Hey, yo, stop being thirsty." But this is why I'll give credit. I will give credit to this show, in this episode anyway. They actually let her feel the pain, which, of course, when we had that our first time when she was She-Hulk and she got the doctor guy, how it was played off for jokes. This is the first time it wasn't played off for jokes. We actually get to see her actually, I wouldn't call it struggle, that's a strong term, but actually want for something and like feel like she's out of control of something. So that I'll give a little bit of credit. But once again, it still establishes all men are terrible. And yeah, but it gives, I won't even say character, but it gives us something to show that everything isn't going her way. So for this scene, once again, it's alright. It's alright. Nothing egregious, but you know, it's moving things forward. Then we get to Stupid Town, because now once again the writers show they know nothing about the law at all. So apparently he calls Jen because Emil Blonsky, aka Abomination, his inhibitor collar that causes him to not transform, is turned off. So he calls Jen and says that he does not have the resources to go over to the ranch.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
What are you talking about? The National Guard, the military, everybody and their grandmama will come over to that ranch to stop a raging Hulk monster from destroying the cities.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But he doesn't have he can't make a phone call and say, "Hey, yo, you know Abomination? Yeah, we know him. Yeah, his collar done turned off and he might be murdering everyone." He can't get in contact with nobody, so he calls Jen to help him out. What? God dang it. So, of course, Blonsky accidentally got it turned off because he was chasing his chickens through an electric fence. Because we can't have anything fun happen in this show, like the off chance that Abomination is actually there and She-Hulk actually have to fight somebody or contain someone, we can't have that at all. So it's just like, we dangled some, like, oh, this might be fun, but then it's like, nah, I'm cool and I'm chilling. Man, come on. So so out of nowhere, El Aguila and Man-Bull, I'm not even going to get into all their character origins, it's not even worth it, are having a random fight over, they trigger each other or whatever, the codependency, because he's like a matador and Man-Bull is obviously a bull, so they fight each other. They end up destroying the Prius. So Jen is stuck until the Tow Man can get here. I guess insurance isn't discussed. Who cares? This is dumb. It's boring. You dangled a carrot in front of us, and then you're like, hey, we're going to have a group therapy. That's our episode. Thanks a bunch. Down. So Jen's like, nah, I don't need that therapy. And I was like, man, yeah, get her out of here, because she's too thirsty walking around trying to get in touch with her boy. So as she stumbles around the place looking for service, she ends up walking right into a therapy session with everybody, talking about their problems and issues. And so we got, El Aguila and Man-Bull, they're codependent, and they make jokes about them being married. I mean, I use that term jokes very loosely. And it's boring. It's very boring. Like they just sit there and like, oh, you remind me of how I was picked on in high school. All this men getting in touch with their feelings nonsense. Yada, yada, yada. So then they had Porcupine, which I gotta say the costume was okay, I guess. They had Porcupine up in there talking about like he feels safe in his costume because everybody's a soy boy. Everybody's soft. You have a collection of villains and anti-heroes, and they're all just sitting around talking about their feelings and how they... It's boring, bro. It's boring. They're just sitting there talking about their feelings, and that's it. Down. They could at least talk about their misadventures or when they were foiled by great heroes. There's nothing. They're talking about on the inside, I feel like my father is attacking me. It's just boring crap. It's garbage. Moving on. Oh, dale. Okay, so you may not recognize who this is. It's Crowbar. Now, do you know who Crowbar is? Probably not, because he was on screen for like 15 seconds in episode 3. Whatever. He's part of the Wrecking Crew. He comes in, and basically he's part of this retreat too. Jen obviously goes crazy, like, hey, you attacked me. And I'm like, okay. In my head, I'm like, okay, we're going to get some answers to some questions. Why they attack her. All that great stuff. No! She asked 0 questions. Why'd you attack me? Why'd you try to stick a needle in my arm? Who do you work for? None of it. None of it. She just throws him into some chairs, which of course is supposed to be a joke because Man-Bull stacked the chair. This is a perfect opportunity for a way to get exposition done and to push the story forward and to make sense of the rest of your previously crappy episodes. But no, she asks no questions, then she just sits down for therapy.
Rage quit.
Who's writing this? She just sits down for therapy and talks about feelings and Josh, how she got ghosted and she feels bad. And how everyone else is... Dang it! And so, Alaguila says something really cool. He's like, okay, Josh pissed you off. Like you're part of our therapy family. We gonna go and find that dude and lay waste. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be interesting. This is gonna be entertaining. This is gonna give me something. Wrong! But no, it doesn't! It gives me nothing! It gives me absolutely nothing! Because they're like, let's find a solution that doesn't involve violence. Oh! God! Oh, God! It's absolute. This is a debacle. This is a debacle. Can you imagine how cool it would have been to have a whole group of these weirdos and crazy characters just roll up on Josh's crib and start making demands? And like that would at least been fun and cool. But no, we can't get that. It's like, no, we have to talk about our feelings. Well, here are my feelings. Down. I hate this. Oh, I hate this. Oh. So now she's convinced that this is a safe space for Jen, so she becomes Jen, and everybody has the feeling like, oh yeah, we love you, because, you know, gotta pat that back.
Of course!
And then they convince her, hey, delete the number. Delete. Sound like Matt Hardy. And so she deletes the number, and they're like, yeah, you deleted it. You take control of yourself. So the tow truck comes, thank Christ, and gets her out of there, and Emil's like, hey, come back anytime, yada, 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 yada. Then, we get this flashback to when Jen and Josh hooked up that night. Guess what? He's a bad guy. Oh my. Oh my, gee willikers, none of us saw this coming. That once again, the guy that seems to be a good, decent guy is actually trash. And it's part of the intelligentsia agenda. And he is just a complete creeper. Taking pictures of why does every dude in this show have to be either a soy boy or absolute garbage? Like, I'll be okay with him just being a villain and being after her DNA or whatever the case may be. I'm fine with that. But why does he have to be this guy? The creepiest of the creepy. And then we get this stupid little smirk on his face about like how he has the blood. But we don't see him get it. Now, how does he get it? Now, obviously it's off screen. After she passed out, he did jab a needle into her? I'm pretty sure that would wake her up. So now you're telling me he got the DNA or whatever, but we don't know how he got. All of this is bad. All of it. We don't see him do anything villainous. We know that he does it, but you do it all off screen. So now all we have is questions. Did he jab that adamantium needle into her back? Or how did he get the DNA? Bad. Down. I hate this. I hate this show. I hate this show. I hate this show. I hate it so much. Oh, God. Whoo. What an ending. What an ending to this crap. There's still 2 more episodes left. Okay, what are my final verdicts of this? So this is, once again, I like to be fair. There's a couple things that this show actually did okay. Actually showing Jen in legitimate pain, as it were, in regards to her situation. For once, we actually see her, feel bad. So that was okay. The opening montage, even though we know it was gonna go south, the opening montage was cool. Not cool, but tolerable to actually show that Josh is a decent person, or at least the illusion thereof. So not show him in a negative light instantly. So that was okay. But everything else, the whole therapy session, the lack of accountability for everyone, and like nothing happens once again, and then and there's no payoff. The scene with Crowbar literally almost made my skull explode, because I'm like, yo, this is our chance to actually figure out what's going on, and she didn't ask a single question. What a disaster. Writers, they're bad. This is just bad writing, top down. Once again, the show, so we're almost through this, but overall, this episode is going to get it down. So tell me, what did you think about She-Hulk episode 7? Let me know in the comment section below. Just 2 more weeks, Andre. Just 2 more weeks. We're almost through this. Okay, so, yeah. I'm so breathless. So yeah, well, anyway, so some good news. Trouble Within Part 7 is out. I'm feeling good about that, so definitely check out all my links to check out the 7th issue of my comic, made with a lot of love. We do appreciate you guys' support and all that great stuff. And follow me on all those dope social media platforms you see over there. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. And as usual, you guys have been awesome, and I'll catch you all next time. Also, if you want to support my channel, check out SpinWiz.com or download the SpinWiz app and check out my comic series, Trouble. It was written with a lot of love, and it was definitely my favorite comic series to write. I've also written it in English and in Spanish, so whatever floats your boat, I got it for you. Thanks again, and check it out.